going on, LKB Pythons? Hey, TJ's Reptiles. Hey, Mountain Mama Morphs. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Samantha Ward. How are you tonight? Awesome. Yeah. So where's everybody at tonight? I'm in Florida. It's 81 degrees here. Sorry if I keep looking away. I'm watching the computer to see what everybody says. New York. I bet it's cold up there. Southwest Virginia. Yeah, I bet you get cold there too. Indiana, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys get pretty cold there also. So what snake would you guys like me to pull out tonight for the first time? Hey, Reese's Pythons, how are you doing tonight? Hey, Bill, BC Pythons, how's it going? Hey, Furlas. Yeah, you're over the sea in Belgium. Do you want me to pull out my male pied? Do you want me to pull out the female with a kink? Or do you want me to pull out the female with the two smiley faces? I'll go ahead and pull out ones with the smiley faces first. I'll be right back. Hey, Mad Bio. I'll be right back. Alright. This here is Etta Place. This is a female pied ball python. And she has two emojis on her tail. Yeah, I plan on, I got, my male pied, I got this female pied. I'm not going to breed the other female pied that's got the kink in her. I'll pull her out a little bit later. But I plan on doing some double head albino pieds. And I want to do some regular pieds and hopefully some pieds to Hetpods. So I got a bunch of pieds next year for sale. Yeah, this girl's on a food strike right now. She's just over 1,000 grams. I don't know if it's because it's breeding season or what. Oh, breeding season's going okay. I got 4 females I'm trying to get eggs out of. I know one of them took. I'll pull her out a little bit later, but it's just a normal to normal. The other one is a Super Pastel, the big girl that I got a few weeks back. She had some marble size follicles in her, so we'll see if she takes and goes this year. She'll do, I'm sure, 8 plus eggs if she goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put her back, and I'll pull out the one that was in ovulation earlier this week. I'll be right back. Alright, this here is the normal possible Hetpod girl. You remember how big that ovulation was? She's not as big now. So that definitely was an ovulation. I appreciate everybody helping me out on that. Furla, there's a big shout out for you for that. Because she had that tail sink, that's how I knew. But as you can tell, she's got that hanging belly there, so hopefully that's a good sign. So what do you guys think of this girl? BC, are you out of here? Yeah, this girl is the one that gave me 4 eggs last year. 2 of them were slugs, 2 of them were good. She's the one that produced the banana and the normal possible Hetpod girl that I sold to, oh, I can't think of the name now. The Serpent's Cave. That's who got the normal. That's who it was. Yeah, this TJ, this one is, she's got some eggs in her. I think she's got about 4 or so in her. We'll know here in about a couple more, in a week or so, hopefully she'll shed, which will be her pre-ovulation shed, or her eggs before she or shed before she goes. That's what it is. All right, I'm gonna go throw her back because I don't want to disturb her too much. Which one do you want me to pull out next, guys? If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Oh, the male Furla, that was just a normal. The Super Pastel girl, or the Pastel Het Ghost, the little bitty girl. I also have a Killer Bee Hetpod guy also. Hopefully he'll be up to size next season, but I don't know. The Het Ghost? Okay, give me a minute and I'll go get her. She was sitting in her water bowl. I switched her feed day to Saturdays, so she ate yesterday. But this here is the female Pastel Het Ghost. She's the one that I got off of Craigslist, and when I got her on Craigslist, she was awful skinny. She was only like 47 grams, and as soon as I seen her, I had to get her because, you know, it was just a rescue. And she's been a beast since I've got her. He said that she would only take food from him every 3 weeks. And for the first, I would say, month, she took 2 from me every week. So she's gained a lot of weight now. She's beautiful. She's real docile. Perfect little snake. I can't wait to get her up to breeding size. She's one of the ones that'll lead in shed or out of shed. It does not matter. Just wanted to go up and tell everybody hi. So now I'm going to pull out the one that I'm very happy about. And this girl I have big, huge plans for in the future. And everybody should know what this morph is, but I'm going to let you guys see if you can guess it. So what do you think this is? If you've been watching my vlogs, you should know. Exactly, Furla. This is my lavender female, lavender albino female. Hey, Family Jewels. Kenneth Robinson. I got one snake. I'm trying to get more like y'all. I'll be watching all y'all videos to teach me how to get used to my snake. Yeah, it don't take long. And I've said it in my vlogs before. I used to be scared to death of these guys. And I wanted nothing to do with snakes. I kept watching people here on YouTube, and it got me more comfortable with them. And I got one, and that just, exploded. I just couldn't keep just one. I had to get more and more and more. Yeah, TJ, I'm going to go for some dreamsicles with her. That's one of my long-term projects. How many snakes do I have in my collection? Right now I have 24. What was my first snake? And what one is your favorite? Well, let me grab my first snake. Dang it. Okay, this was my first ball python. Well, let me take that back. When I first got into ball pythons, I was at the pet store and there was a pied ball python, male, had an emoji on him. And I got him, brought him home. Within 24 hours, I was ready to take him back. I was scared to death of him. I had locks put on the cage and everything. I just couldn't handle it. So, I took it back, lost money on it, kept watching videos, and I ended up picking this girl up from BHB, female albino. This girl was the same size as that lavender albino girl when I got her. And after I got her, this girl was born on August 29th, and my youngest daughter's birthday is August 29th. So that is awesome. I did not realize that till after I got her. And as far as my favorite, I gotta say they're all my favorite, but just because this one was my first and all that, I gotta say this albino is my favorite. She's very docile. You know how a lot of ball pythons, when you go to pick them up, they puff up a little bit? This girl don't do that. What's my favorite gene combo? That is kind of a tricky question. I like recessives. So, I mean, I like the albino pieds. I like the dreamsicles. Welcome back, Mad Bio. I would have to say pied, though. Anything with pied, I love it. You know, pastel pieds, black pastel pieds. I like the panda pieds, but they have those issues. To me, the most underrated gene, Yes, Spides also. I'm actually going to go for that next year, hopefully. Or not next year, maybe the year after. Let's see here. That's my favorite gene combo. Yeah, Samantha, I'm not familiar with corn snakes, but ball pythons I just love. I would say the only downside to a ball python is they go on a hunger strike every once in a while. They can be picky eaters. Yeah, that's all the... There's good morphs all the way around in the ball python community, but it just seems like all the best ones are all the recessive projects. Family Jewels, I got something for you. Hang on. All right, this girl here, spot nose, female. How's that, Family Jewels? Yeah, it is an underrated gene. I still haven't totally decided what I'm doing with this one yet. Yeah, I noticed that not a lot of people's doing stuff with spot nose, so I wanted to get one to try to figure out what I want to do. And I got a couple years to figure it out, so that's a good thing. To me, I want to turn everything into pied, but that would take 30 years to do, so can't do that. There's got to be a happy medium somewhere. Yeah, this girl's a beast. She eats like crazy. She's a little bit shy, but she's doing good. And yes, I have been bit twice by one of my snakes in the collection, but it was whenever he was about this small, so it really wasn't bad. And it was from my male Mojave that I ended up getting from the charity auction for Ben Renick. Let's see here. What do I want to pull out? Who's on camera, buddy? All right, this here is my male Mojave. You can tell he's a real porker. Of course, they just ate yesterday, and that's a pretty good... He ate a pretty big meal, so... Sorry about that. I ended up getting a call. Sorry about that, guys. So what do you think of this male Mojave? He's the one that actually bit me twice. And it wasn't a strike bite. It was more of a love tap bite. All right, I'm going to go put him up. He's getting kind of restless here. I don't want to bug him too much. I don't want him to lose his meal. All right, I'm back. I'm going to start reading the comments here, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, the calicos, I like them also. I plan on getting into them also. Um, let's see here. Kenneth, usually my snakes are pretty good. They know me. They don't get stressed out too much. I usually give it about 24 hours and then I handle it. If you have a new snake in your collection, then I would recommend waiting the 2 days because you don't want to stress it out and have it regurgitate. But I've had mine long enough. They know who I am. They don't really stress out when I hold them or anything. So what I normally do is I feed live. So I'll stick live in there. They'll eat. And of course, there's going to be rat poop and pee in there. So what I do is I give them about 30 minutes to an hour. I'll pull them out, put them in a holding tub, clean their tub out, put newspaper back, or put my, clear newspaper back down, and then I will put them back in because I want them to have a sanitary environment. So they know the routine. They do not get stressed out or anything. So I try not to handle them too much right after they eat, but I give them a good 24 hours before I really handle them a lot. Okay. Well, my kids like them. I think everybody likes them. My oldest daughter hasn't seen them yet. My youngest daughter, when she came down, she was kind of freaked out by the rats, but she likes them. Hey, Going Youper, how you doing, Jason? Hey, thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'll be on that long or not, but this is going to be a weekly thing. How does every Sunday at 8 o'clock sound to you guys? Is everybody still there? My incubator, I use an old wine cooler. I did it, and I think I did a vlog on that not too long ago also. Samantha, it might be because it's me. It seems every time I call customer service, they have computer issues, so it might be, have an issue with me. Furla, I appreciate it. And I just want to say I appreciate all you guys commenting on my videos, watching me, supporting me. I know you guys show a lot of love. I really appreciate that. I try to return the favor by watching you guys' videos. Sometimes I don't get to because of, I work full-time, then come home. I'm probably doing 10 to 12 hours a week worth of work just between the snakes and the rats. And I'm not saying I'm, busy all the time, but it's kind of hard to sit and watch YouTube all the time. But I try to watch everybody and see what everybody's up to. Yeah, that's one good thing about the reptile community is I've noticed that everybody has each other's backs. I've never been in a community where everybody, just is automatically welcomes everybody in and just puts her arm around them and say, hey, join us. We'll help you out no matter what. I agree with that 100%, Family Jules. I appreciate it. So is there anything I need to do different in my vlogs, or does everybody like how I do my vlogs? I went and stole Uncle Si's tea glass. That's why they had to shut down the show. Yeah, this is only my second year in breeding. This is my first, let's see here, this is the 4th month. So I'm only about 5 to 6 months into rat breeding. Yeah, I used to watch Duck Dynasty like crazy. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my female pied girl, the one that's got the kink. We'll talk about her for a minute. How's that? And of course, wouldn't you know it, I just put her in that new tank. She's deep in shed. Her color is not good at all. See those eyes? But look at this face on her. Looks like she's got a teddy bear, doesn't it? This is one of my hatchlings. I didn't buy her. As you can tell in this right here, she's got a kink right there. She does eat. She does poop. She's doing great. She is a beast and everything, but I will not be breeding this girl. This is a pet only. I like guinea pies, LBK. It's not that I like just low whites. I kept her back because I didn't want to sell her. I did hatch out this girl, and I hatched out the male pied, which I'll pull him out too. I hatched him out last year. I just didn't want to sell this girl because I didn't, I wanted to hold her back. She's got a kink on her, so I didn't want to have anybody try to breed her. Yeah, TJ, normally I do leave them alone, but my snakes are pretty good. It don't bother them too much if I hold them while they're in shed. It don't stress them out. I'm going to go throw her back. She was hiding underneath that water bowl. I think I'm feeding these guys too good. They're all in the water bowl because they're all getting ready to go in the shed. Let me dry this guy off a little bit. Yeah, my other pie that I had, it went to heck, I can't think of his name. My mind's going blank on me tonight. Soul Healing Morphs. That's who my other one went to. My male, and then I had one female go to over to IDR. But this here's a male pied that I hatched out last year that I'm holding back to breed next year, hopefully. As of right now, LBK or LKB, I don't have anything for sale. As of right now, the only thing that I will have for sale, which is not much, but if my normal lays eggs, I might have some normals for sale, but that's, that's not much. Hopefully my Super Pastel girl will lay eggs, which I'll pull her out too. It's going to be hard to get all of her on camera at once. Family Jewels, never filmed it, but all my snakes. Your gravid female ate today. Had one male that did not eat for a couple months. He just wanted to breed, but did not get to it. Yeah, all my pieds last year came out pretty low white, which, a pied is a pied is a pied. All pieds are beautiful, low or high or medium white. They're all beautiful. I kind of like the lower white pieds. That's why in a few years I'm going to go for spides. I'm also going for bumblebee pieds next year also. I'm going to pull out the big girl. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Calm down. You're good. Come on. Now this is my big girl. I need to dry her off. She's in the water bowl also. She's still kind of skittish, but she's a beast. She took down a large rat last night. I'm going to pull the chair back on this one. This here is my Super Pastel female. This is the one I got from Firestorm. Look how big this girl is. She is a beast. And this camera's just not showing how big she is. I used to have a bearded dragon, but I got rid of him. Is this showing how big this girl is, guys? Oh. Can you see how big this girl is? Hey, thanks for joining, Furla. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Yeah, this girl is huge. I can't even get my hand all the way around her. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and put her back. I'm hoping she takes this year. All right. So does anybody have any questions from the vlogs I've been doing? Anything I didn't cover? Anything that's just on your mind about anything? Samantha, did I cover everything pretty much in my vlogs that you was wondering about? All my snakes have been solely on rats, except a few of my smaller ones that I hatched out last year. Um, they was being a little bit picky, so they ate mice for a couple weeks, but then after that I went to rats. I try to go rats totally on mine. I know they have a lot more nutrients in them and they grow a lot better on them, so I try to stay solely on rats. That's why I breed rats and I don't breed mice. Have a good night, Furla. Hey, I know everybody watches my vlogs. Everybody knows that I have an Instagram, DER Reptiles, that if you have any question at all, you can message me on there privately or whatever, and I will answer. Of course, everybody knows I answer them in the comment section below, but I'm just hoping this thing grows, man. I enjoy doing these live vlogs. Never thought I would, but I am. I'm actually a shy person. If you get me in a room with, 5, 10, 15, 20 people and ask me to speak in front of them, no. My face turns red and I go blank. What breed is your male ball python, TJ? My ball pythons just automatically switched. I mean, a het normal. What het is it? Now, my male pied that I showed you guys, he was not one to eat when he was a baby. I had to assist feed him 6 times in a row. First time ever I had to assist feed. Of course, I was at the beginning of my, owning ball pythons. I didn't know what I was doing. I watched videos. I asked a couple people. And I was nervous as heck. I was sweating bullets whenever I first assist feed him. But I had to assist feed him 6 times, and then finally he started doing it on his own. But, to me, if they're eating mice, you might try scenting the rats with mice. I can't remember who it was, but somebody did a video on their ball pythons and switching them from mice to rats. LKB, some of my hatchlings didn't even eat mice. I try to do rats from the very beginning. I switch them over as soon as possible. Mine actually went from rats to being picky. I fed them a couple mice and then right back to rats, and they went right to it. I feed pinkies, rat pinkies to my hatchlings. LKB, do you do frozen thawed or do you do live? For the most part, for all my questions have been answered. That's why I'm still trying to figure out whether to use glass or a tank or plastic. Samantha, do you have a glass tank or PVC yet at all? And what are you trying to do? Are you trying to breed, or are you just trying to have a pet? Are you just trying to have a pet, or are you wanting to eventually breed, Samantha? Yeah, I mean, that's what I started with as a glass. Actually, the tank that I showed you in the video on how to set up a glass tank, that's actually my beginning tank that I started. Actually, no, I take that back. I started my albino, female albino, Bonnie, in a 20-gallon long tank. Within a month and a half, I moved her up to a 40-gallon tank, which is the one that I set up on the video for you. And she's been in that her whole life. I tried to take her out of that, put her in a rack. She didn't eat for 3 or 4 weeks in that rack. And then I put her back in the glass, and she ate 2 smalls the next day. Yeah, breeding's pretty cool. I mean, all of my I don't know if it's just the females that 2 of the females I'm trying to breed just don't want to go, or what, but my spinner, to my knowledge, has not had my spinner male has not had a, good, I don't know, he's not a dad yet. I'll just put it that way. I've seen him lock up several times with my Hetpod, but she's not showing any signs of eggs at all. My het albino girl, she's locked up with the albino that I showed you guys a couple days ago, the one I got from my neighbor. She's locked up with him a lot. I've been locking them 2 up with each other, them 2 females up with the 2 males, since December, and I'm not seeing anything come of it. Yeah, I can understand the getting over the fear of getting bit, Samantha. What kind of stuff are you looking at breeding, LKB? And TJ, you say yours is a het normal. What do you mean by a het normal? Is it a normal het something? And if it is, was it het for? And you got to be careful when you're doing exantic stuff, because you want to stay in the same line. There's the SK line, and there's other lines also. You can't breed a SK exantic with something else, with another exantic. You got to stay with the SK exantic line. Yeah, LKB. I like the pieds, I like the clowns, I like the exantics, I like the albinos. Pretty much, if it's a recessive, I like it, which sucks. So did anybody see my vlog earlier today? I know a couple of you did. Well, I just went and got that new tub today for the rats. I'm gonna let it sit there for a day, or let them be in it for a day or 2, and then check it out and see how it's doing. You mean rat issue? Well, what they was doing was in the Home Depot tubs, there's a hole in the front of the tub at the very top. It's like where you hang it or something. And they was actually chewing that out. And last weekend I noticed when I was cleaning the tubs, there was a big hole that was almost the size they could fit through. So I'm glad I caught it that day. But yeah, what I did was I looked online. I went to Lowe's and got one of their cement tubs. And I want to see if that's going to fix the problem. I'll know later this week if that does or not. And if it does, I'm just slowly going to transfer everybody over to that. My breeders, I don't have that issue with. It's more the little ones I have an issue with. Yeah. I went from breeding I went from getting 2 clutches last season to possibly 2 this season to a lot more next season. I have, I think, 10 females that should be up to size by next season. Favorite pied is a pinstripe and inchy. Yeah, those are some pretty good looking pieds. How many of you guys have heard of the cherry bomb? The cherry bomb is what you get whenever you mix your Mojave to an albino. Then you put those babies together, and then it gets a Super Mojave albino, which is a complete white snake with red eyes. No, it's not a new gene. I'm going for that, though. IDR is also. So could you imagine a red-eyed white snake? There's pictures of it on Google. If you Google cherry bomb ball python. Actually, let me see if I can do that from here. I'll try to find it. Okay, here we go. See if I can do this. Is that coming in clear for you guys? That white snake with red eyes? That's what you call a cherry bomb ball python. Yeah, it's the whole camera to computer thing. TJ, I don't understand what you mean by a het normal. I could understand it if it's a normal het something, but I've never heard of a het normal. Yeah, I've never heard of it being called a different name, Samantha. Yeah, I try to feed mine in the evening. It varies. I was feeding on a Wednesday, and then I went to Friday, and now I'm doing it on a Saturday. Saturday evening. But I always figure they get a better feeding response when it's, towards the time where they wake up and they're more alert. I'm trying to convert all mine over to live. Just saves a lot of money doing it that way. How often do I weigh my snakes? Not near as often as I should. I probably weigh them once a month, once every 2 months, 3 months. It all depends on, if I don't see that they're getting bigger, I'll weigh them. Or if they're not eating, then I'll try to weigh them to see if they're losing weight. Yeah, there's so many morphs out there, Samantha, that look similar. That's crazy. Like in the white snake with the leucistics, you've got the super Mojaves, which I have a super Mojave female. That's what that snake is going for, is the cherry bomb, because I'm going to breed my male albino, my smaller male albino, with her to get all Mojave head albinos. And then I'm going to end up selling all the males the first year, keeping back all the females, and then the second year I'll keep the males, and depending on how many females I have, I might sell the females. And then you got your super fires, which is your black eye leucistics. Then you got your cherry bombs, which is your red eye leucistics. And then you got your whole Mojave lesser blue eye leucistics type deal. There's just so many morphs. You can do so many things. I'm wanting to, this is my beginning of hopefully going into a full-time business in a few years. But I want to be able to produce snakes for the, the base people that's getting into the hobby, the middle, and some of the higher end stuff too. Trying to do a little bit of everything. But it's going to be a while before I go and I start buying them $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 snakes. I'm not going to be able to do that and build my collection like the AEPs and the Brian Barcheks and all that. I'm going to have to build up to it. But as long as I can maintain my collection, and I want it to support itself. I don't want to have to keep dumping money into it. I know eventually it will do itself. That's one reason why I am breeding rats, to help feed the snakes, to make it cheaper. Samantha, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the panda pieds, which is a very, very hard snake to get that's healthy. There's also some that Justin Kabelka is working on that's a Suma pied, which is real close to a black and white pied. So what's the goal to supply for everyone high and low? What do you mean by that, Family Jewels? Where do I see this community in 5 years? I think it's going to be a lot better than it is now. And I'm not saying nothing bad about the big guys. I'm not saying nothing bad about the small guys. It's hard for us small guys to get our foot in the door because of all the big guys. But without the big guys, us small guys wouldn't be around. That's why the reptile community needs to stick together. We need to show everybody that, this is not a bad community, not a bad way to, animals are good. I think a community And I love the reptile community, so I'm not saying this bad about the reptile community. But a community is only as good as its people. So if the whole community is good, then we're a great community. If the community is bad, then it's a bad community. And honestly, we just need to stick together, support each other. That's the main thing. If somebody has a problem, let's embrace them. Let's help them fix that problem. Because if one person has a problem and all of a sudden everybody outside of the community hears about it, then that puts a black mark on the reptile community. But just because somebody has a problem with their snake, that does not mean the whole community's bad. That's not saying that person's bad. It's just something that happened to the snake. The same thing could happen with, dogs, cats, people, anything, something could happen. That's like, at your workplace, if you're dealing with pallets and they're, not requiring people to wear gloves when they pick the pallets up. All it takes is one person to get a splinter, and then all of a sudden everybody has to wear gloves to pick pallets up. And every community is like that. As soon as one thing goes bad, the whole community is tarnished by it. And we just need to, stick together, embrace each other, help each other, support each other. Yeah, and that's one thing, guys. If you see somebody in this list that you're not subscribed to, go over there and show some love. Subscribe to them. Yeah, TJ, I can understand that, and I'm trying to do mine on education a little bit too. That's good, Samantha. So what does everybody's family think of them either wanting to get in snakes or them in snakes? What do they think about it? What your kids think about it? What does your significant other think about it? What your parents think about it? Yeah, I've checked out your vlogs, Family Jewels. I think I've seen a bunch of you guys' vlogs. Everyone in here. Yeah, I think I started watching that, and then something come up. I had to stop watching that, Family Jewels. I need to get better at editing. I know that much. So that leads me to a question. Hey, Mad Bios, how you doing? Yeah, I'm still live for a couple more minutes. I can't believe it's been an hour already. Yeah, Samantha, kids love it. I mean, at first they're kind of nervous about it, but then, they're like sponges. They absorb everything. And I can understand about your boyfriend. I used to hate snakes, but now I love them. Mad Bio, I'm still trying to figure out when I can come see you. Oh, I will. I'm just trying to figure out when a good time will be. Does he know me, Samantha? Oh, really, Mad Bio? Hey, look me up on Instagram after we get done with this. Let's talk about that. That's awesome, Samantha. Start them young. Get her a YouTube channel. So how often do you come to Florida, Samantha? And what part of Florida is your mom in? I'm in St. Pete. Does anybody else come to Florida much? Can't believe this has been an hour already, guys. This is pretty cool. That's not too far from me. About an hour or so. I'm just west of Tampa. I don't mind it, Mad Bio. It's pretty cool. I just hope everybody likes this live feed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Samantha. Samantha, do you have an Instagram? Is there anybody in here on Instagram that I'm not following or anything? I'm trying to see how far Ocala is from me. Ocala is almost 2 hours away from me. An hour and 47 minutes. I'll have to look, Samantha. Is your what's your YouTube name? Or not YouTube, but Instagram. Kenneth, I will look you up also. But I'm going to give this another 5 minute, guys. 5 minutes, and then I'm going to have to get off here. Is there any other snake that you want to see before we leave? Okay, Samantha, I'll look you up after this live feed. So is everybody happy how this thing turned out? Yes, mine is DER Reptiles. You are correct. I think a picture of my female albino's on there. So is there anything that you guys would like me to change as far as my vlogs go? TJ, I have never been herping, but I think going to Australia would be awesome. So, do you guys like my vlogs better with or without music? And what time limit do you guys like? Do you guys like the 5-minute vlogs, 10-minute vlogs, 15-minute vlogs? I'll just sit there and be talking, then all of a sudden I'm at 15 minutes. I'm like, wow, where did the time go? Mad Bio, I know how you're saying that. I'm kind of impatient, but well, I'll try to mix it up a little bit. I think my analytics said that the average watch time is like 2 or 3 minutes. I have ADHD too, I think. Or no, I have the one where you're real particular about how things are. OCD, that's what I am. I don't have ADHD, I have OCD. All right, we got about 1 minute and 15 seconds left, guys. That sounds good, TJ. So everybody knows about my 500 subscriber giveaway, right? Okay, Mad Bio, I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm trying to get up there, guys. I want to get those 3 bags of Rep to Chip or those 3 t-shirts out to somebody. I haven't actually sold any t-shirts yet. They're located at www.teespring.com, either / or / one of the two, DER Reptiles. I have t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. Various colors on the clothing. All right, guys. I'm going to get off here. Any last words? I appreciate you guys' support. This live thing is awesome. I'll do live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Think through the week what you want me to see, and I'll try to make it happen. Think of, what you want to see. Think of topics you want to talk about, and we'll see about making that happen. No problem at all. So I want everybody to have a good night. Have a good week. Stay tuned. Watch my daily vlogs. I'll make some long for you, Samantha, and I'll make some short for you, Mad Bio. How's that? Mad Bio, since you're ADHD, I'll make a 5-second video just for you. How's that? And Samantha, the 15s are for you. All right, guys. I'm going to get off of here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for, staying tuned to my channel and supporting me. I'll support all you guys. And until next time, I will see you tomorrow on my daily vlog. You never know what I'm going to say. So have a good night. Sleep good. Hey, don't let those bed bugs bite. They bite hard. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.